put this recovery plan in motion as soon as possible.
The White House outlined a comprehensive plan to restore the economy. One of the components of the plan is to increase credit flow in an effort to help small businesses.
Many businesses fail because they don't have the capital to carry them through for the first 2 or 3 years. Every money helps, whether it's federal, state, because the federal is basically going to give it to the state, and the state is going to give it to the cities.
And as Gina Harmon from Action New York explains, small business entrepreneurs are also being hit hard by today's economy.
And when a small business owner has to make a choice between health insurance or paying a mortgage that they owe at a bank or sustaining a small business, which happens literally day by day, it's a very difficult situation for them to find themselves in.
Part of the recovery plan is to provide more loans for small businesses to help them stay afloat during these turbulent times, because they have a big impact on the country's economy.
The small business owner is a critical part of America's economy. In fact, in a city like New York, they very frequently over the last 10 years have represented the only part of the economy that's growing. And many of them are immigrants.
These entrepreneurs are certainly hopeful that the Obama administration can fulfill their goals and help them keep their business alive.
Well, Barry, let me start by the easy question. Can you tell us, and so that the audience can understand in an easy language, what are the most important elements of this package, in your opinion, that will be of benefit for the small businesses?
I think the most important thing is, again, just getting the total economy to expand, because the problem for small businesses, they've lost sales. And the only real answer to their problem is to expand sales. But in addition, there are some tax relief for small business that will give them some tax credits for machinery purchases and other things, and I think it helps them. But the other aspect, which still hasn't been addressed for small business, is finance. Until we can expand their access to bank finance, I think a lot of small businesses are going to continue to get hurt.
Well, Nicola, precisely this point, I thought it was one of the most important topics when I spoke to some small business owners. They said, what we need is to have the banks give us loans. That's what we need. The other things are going to help us, but there are other considerations I will discuss with you now that really maybe will not help us.
Well, and those won't be found in this bill specifically, but I do think that the Treasury Department is trying to do that independently through their sort of latest edition of TARP, or TARP 2, as some people are calling it. That is trying to get credit institutions to lend more to small businesses and try to help that problem, because I do agree that is very significant. And
but within this stimulus package, how do you see the impact on the small business community?
Within the stimulus package, the only provisions that I really identified that are targeted towards small business are two very small by comparison tax provisions. One which was mentioned is the investment tax deduction, and another one is extending the period that they can write off their net operating losses. Both of those, I think, will be somewhat helpful, but perhaps not helpful enough. And again, as you said, they don't really get at the issue of finance.
Jeff, there is 27 million, I think, small businesses in this country, and I would like to tell to our Hispanic community that 2 million of those are Hispanic. But the money that will get to them in tax cuts is only $3 billion. Does that really make a difference?
No, I don't think the tax cuts are the things that are going to make a difference for small business, Latino-owned or others. Clearly, having customers come in the door is number one. And the creation of jobs and the stimulation of money circulating through low-income communities, I think, is the best benefit. But there are also areas like construction where you have small contractors who are Hispanic who will get some benefits out of this. I also think that, again, because so much of the undocumented work goes on in construction, that you will get a benefit from the increase in construction. Mm-hmm. So the most important thing for businesses, small businesses, big businesses, as customers coming in the door with money in their pocket to spend. The financing is also a problem, and hopefully this the bank bailout bill, which is problematic in many ways, but hopefully that will unfreeze a lot of the lending that is now clogged up in the banking system.